Wilder's gonna knock him out. These are the words of Luis King Kong Ortiz, his trainer, after his fighter lost to Andy Ruiz. And he's referring to Wilder knocking out Andy Ruiz. Let's go. Let's have it. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Subscribe, like, and comment SLC. Boxing Ego quick hits. Less intro, less filler. Let's get it. So Herman Cansedo, who is the trainer, one of the trainers of Luis Ortiz, he says that Wilder is going to knock out Andy Ruiz. After sharing the ring, you know, him and his team and Luis Ortiz sharing the ring with Deontay Wilder, he is all but certain that Wilder will knock him out. He also says that Luis got caught a few times, cold a couple times. One shouldn't have been called a knockdown. It was a push, but legitimately Ruiz scored 2 knockdowns. And even with those knockdowns, the fight was close. Now, I would favor Wilder as well, you know, so I would tend to say I agree. You know, I think it's a great fight. I did a poll, and I will show you guys the poll results on the screen. I did a poll for this particular fight, and it's a great fight. Blockbuster fight, 2 heavyweight fights. But Wilder has a sick 1-2. He's 6'7". I think his reach is somewhere like 84 inches. And I see that being a bad night for Andy Ruiz. The best advantage is if Wilder was trying to mix it with Andy Ruiz and fight a small man's fight, not use his height, not use his speed and athleticism. And he tried to go toe to toe in the pocket where the person with the shorter arms, Ruiz, can get those explosive combinations off. But if Wilder jabs like he did in some of the Fury fights, if he jabs, like you see how hard Wilder was hitting Tyson Fury to the body in the third fight specifically. You know, I see that being a long night. Even the Bermane-Stavern first fight and the second fight, if Wilder fights like that and, you know, he doesn't get banged up with Robert Helenius and the Fury fight didn't take it out of him, anything like that. Because, of course, he fought Fury, lost 2 times to Fury. So at the end of the day, I haven't seen Wilder back in the ring. But he sounds like he's in good spirits. And what I know about Wilder, I don't think Wilder would return if he didn't feel he was going to put his best foot forward and if he wasn't in any shape to return. Because he's already said several times over, he doesn't need to box for money. He said he made, just like Floyd, you know, he made smart investments and moved his money around, diversified, split the pie. And, you know, him and his girl got businesses. So at the end of the day, he really doesn't have to fight. He's fighting for the love of it and really fighting for the people and fighting for the fans. So he doesn't have to just, you know, some guys, they don't manage their money and they literally have to fight because it don't matter if they're 50, 60 years old. They got to fight because they don't have any income. And unfortunately, the life of a boxer, some of these guys don't know anything outside of the fight game. So they don't have they were never a plumber, apprentice, or an electrician, or worked a retail job. Some people have been boxing their whole life and it paid off for them until it didn't pay off for them. You know, they kept losing or whatever the situation is. So boxing is definitely one of those unfortunate sports where if you don't manage your money and you end up like as a broke athlete, some of those guys don't have the skills to just easily assimilate and move into like, oh, hey, I'm a realtor now. I used to be a boxer. You know, some people don't have the business training, the schooling, the credits to do these different things, to be a barber, cosmetologist, or, you know, whatever, archaeologist. Crazy. So Wilder, we know he doesn't have to fight. You know, bring on the Ruiz fight. If Wilder looks sensational, which I'm picking him to win versus Robert Helenius, I definitely want to see the Ruiz fight, the WBC. I made a video about it. They also said that that's an elimination fight, a semi-eliminator, and then Ruiz, and if Wilder wins, can fight for a final eliminator. So Wilder, we'll see. It's all eyes on him. He got to handle business with Helenius, which is definitely difficult out, and 2 guys that know each other from sparring. So we'll see how that plays off and see if we get to a Wilder Ruiz. But as far as Luis Ortiz, who shared the ring at this point with Ruiz and also with Wilder twice, they're saying, his team is saying that they think Wilder would knock him out. The other thing that's interesting is, this is just my honest opinion, and I'm not making excuses, because I know you have to walk on eggshells in boxing because a lot of people are weak in this sport. So you say anything, they say, oh, you hate this fighter, you're attacking them, blah, blah, blah. So that being said, I do think people waited Luis Ortiz out because in his last 2 fights, he did, looking back on him, he did look a bit older. And then I think the devastating knockouts from the Wilder fight also aged Luis Ortiz. And you can say whatever you want. I'm happy Ruiz won because I think Ruiz versus Wilder is a bigger fight. I don't think many people, even if Luis Ortiz won, I don't know how sellable Wilder versus Ortiz 3 would be. We've already watched that, several rounds over, almost like 18 rounds of that particular fight. So I'm actually happy Andy Ruiz, it's no shade to him. But the bottom line is, a lot of guys could have fought Luis Ortiz when he was in his 30s, and those fights would have been even more dangerous because I look at the Ruiz fight with Ortiz now, and Ortiz landed some big shots, but he did look a bit slower, possibly like Father Time had caught up really in the legs. Like his legs, his ability to move did not look the same. Like if you just go watch the Bryant Jennings where he got on his toes and was boxing, his legs look a lot fresher than the Ruiz. It looked more stiff and rigid. But regardless, he's still at that age, advanced age of 43 in boxing, still gave Ruiz a difficult fight to the point where the knockdowns could have been the difference maker and likely were the difference maker in why he lost. So that shows you how much of a beast Ortiz is. Even at an advanced age, you still got to fight him the right way. And that's not taking anything away from Ruiz, because a lesser fighter could have still lost on that given night to Ortiz. But at the same time, I do think people waited and aged out Ortiz. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with Luis Ortiz's team? Wilder will knock out Andy Ruiz. Drop that in the comment section and I'm out. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxing Ego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a Super Thanks. A brand new interactive and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super Thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super Thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready, with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation.